Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time we're going to be doing a full set of acrylic nails. So of course the first thing that I'm doing is just pushing back the cuticles. After that, I'm going to go in with my 180 sanding bands, which you can find on my website. And we're just going to go in at about 7,000 RPMs. And we're just going around that cuticle area, working my way from the right side all the way over to the left side. And then just following the rest of the nail to make sure that all of the shine is completely gone. Now, the reason why you want to do this is because our body produces a lot of oils. Those oils happen to be on our natural nails. So if you look down at your nails right now, or if you don't have any nails on and you look down, your nail bed is going to be shiny. So if you just apply the acrylic over a shiny nail, it is going to lift. So we just have to get rid of that shine. That way the acrylic adheres to the natural nail a lot better and you won't get any lifting. So after that, we just make sure we dust the nails off really good. Next, I'm going to go in with my 3XL half-wheel coffin nail tips, and we're just going in with the KDS glue. Both of these you can find on my website. I also have the stiletto nail tips and the square ones. I also have press-on nails. I have shorter half-wheel nail tips. So make sure that you go check out my website. I am going to be adding a whole bunch of new items on April 1st. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. But as always, whenever you're applying nail tips, you want to make sure that you apply them to where they fit exactly from sidewall to sidewall. You don't want them to be too big or too small, because if not, you will get lifting or breakage. So again, make sure that you size the nail tip to where it fits perfectly on the nail. Once you find the perfect fit, just apply the nail glue right on the nail tip. Make sure that you hold your client's finger really straight, place the nail down, and then hold it down for a few seconds. After that, we're going in with a tip cutter and just cutting her nails down to her desired length. And then we're going to make sure that we measure those against the other hand. That way everything is nice and even. And of course, just going in and trimming down anything that's, slightly too big. So after this, I'm going to go in with my 80/80 hand file, and we're just going to just shape them up a little bit. Even though they're already a coffin shape, she usually likes her coffin a little bit more narrow. So even though I'm following the entire nail, I'm putting most of the pressure on the tip of the nail. That way I kind of make it just a little bit more narrow. But if your client wants more of just a tapered shape, then you could just leave them how they are, because like I said, these nail tips are the coffin ones. So you could just skip this step if you want to. And then of course, after you apply the acrylic, just go in and reshape them. But I'm just following both sides and the free edge at exactly a 90-degree angle, and then also going in and just blending the nail tip right in the middle. But like I said, I'm using an 80/80 hand file, and right now we are just shaping up these nails. Alrighty, so after we finish reshaping the nails, I'm just going to go in and dust them off, and then I'm using my dapping dish that is available on my website, and I'm using the Jcbeautyconcepts monomer. And then for my acrylic, I'm using my clear acrylic, and I mixed in some neon pink acrylic powder to kind of make it like a really hot translucent pink. So I mainly used clear, and then the pink just gave it, you know, that pigment. So if you want it darker, then of course add more pink, but this was the perfect shade that I wanted. So just going in and placing my first bead right in the middle where the natural nail and the tip meet, patting it down and then brushing it down towards the tip. And as you're brushing, you want to make sure that you're super gentle, because if not, you're going to be brushing the product off the nail, and then you're going to have to keep adding more product to build up your thickness. So the next bead I place below that first one, same thing, placing it down, patting it down, and very gently brushing down towards the tip. And then also as I'm working, I make sure that I'm wiping the sides off as well. That way the acrylic does not take away from our shape. So as you guys can see, I kind of tap the free edge and then just run my brush on the side of the nail. And same thing, just brushing it to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. And when I'm doing this, I do try to take my time always. That way, you know, I'm working smarter and not harder, and that way my nails aren't bumpy and lumpy or anything. So I want my acrylic to go on super nice and smooth. That way, once we're done, we don't have to do much filing at all. So my third bead, as you guys can see, I'm placed it closer to the cuticle area. Pat it down, brushed it down towards the tip, making sure that I clean around the cuticle area. And also you want to make sure that whenever you place that bead that goes around the cuticle area, that you place it as close as you can to the cuticle, but not to where it's on the actual skin, because once it gets on the skin, if you don't wipe it off immediately, you're gonna get lifting, because it's really hard to just file the acrylic off once, you know, it's been on the skin. So right now I'm just making sure that, of course, you know, I have a nice thickness at the tip, and then that I have a nice apex as well, and then also that, you know, I have a nice and even coverage throughout the entire nail. And then I also am going to go in with the Jcbeautyconcepts clear acrylic, and that's just going to be to encapsulate the pink. Since I didn't mix up a lot of the pink, I was just wanting to kind of save it, you know, as much as I could, because I know that she's gonna, you know, get the same color when she comes for a feel, and so I wanted to make sure that I had more of it next time she comes. So like I said, I am going to be encapsulating this with clear, which if that wasn't an issue, then I would just go ahead and just use this for the entire set and not encapsulate it if I wanted to. But like I said, me encapsulating it is just a personal preference. So just going in, like I said, making sure that we have a nice apex, especially with these nails being longer. Of course, you don't want the nails to be flat ever, but with them being longer, you do want to make sure that you focus a lot on the apex, because they will break off easily if they're really flat. Alrighty, so same thing for the next one. So just going in and placing that first bead right in the middle where the natural nail and the tip meets, very gently patting it down and then brushing down towards the tip. And the reason why I like doing or my acrylic application like this is because I like to build my thickness at the tip first and then work my way to the cuticle area, because that way it just kind of naturally creates that apex for you. Now I have noticed where some people start at the back closer to the cuticle area, and then I guess the acrylic just doesn't fully make it all the way down towards the tip, and so the tip of the nail ends up being really thin, and then that's how you get breakage. Or then I've seen where, you know, it's a lot of acrylic like around the cuticle area, and like I said, the tip would be thin, and so it almost looked like the nail is curving up in a way. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but like I said, this way it just kind of gives you that thickness at the tip that you want, and then by the time you get to the bead that goes by the cuticle area, it just naturally creates that apex that you want, and it gives you a really good foundation. So as always though, you know, whatever works for you is completely fine. There's a million ways of doing things. You know, some people like doing the 1 ball method, 2 ball method, 3, 4, you know, however many beads. So just whatever works for you is completely fine. I try to stick to the 3 or 4 ball method, but a lot of the time I just go in and just add more depending on, you know, if I need it. So just whatever you feel more comfortable doing is completely fine. And then also I forgot to mention, but the acrylic brush that I'm using is the number 10 oval brush by Alpha Brush, and I'll be sure to leave the link down below so you guys can go check it out if you are interested. But just one more time, remember that whenever you're applying acrylic, you want to make sure that you're super gentle. Y'all, I promise I say this a lot and y'all probably get sick of me saying it, but it's just super important because you don't want to be brushing the acrylic off the nail, or also if you pat too hard, it's going to make the acrylic dry really fast, and so it's going to create those lumps and bumps, and it's going to make your nails super thick and lumpy, and then you're going to end up having to do so much work at the end with filing. So as I always say, make sure that you work smarter and not harder. That way you get the nails nice and even and you don't have to do so much work at the end. And also, let me know what you guys think about this acrylic. I think it's really pretty. It's definitely giving me like 2000 vibes. When people used to get like the, you know, like, well, what I'm gonna do today, a French tip with this pink at the back. Super cute. Like I said, I created this by using just clear acrylic, and then I mixed in some of my hot pink acrylic, and I really should have did like a glow in the dark pink, but it's okay, I'll probably do it next time, just, you know, for a little extra razzle dazzle. But now I'm just gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing on all of the nails, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alrighty, so this is what the nails look like after the acrylic application. So as you guys can see, really nice and even. We have a nice apex, we have a good thickness at the tip, and they are just absolutely flawless. They look so good, y'all. So now we're gonna go in with the 80/80 hand file and just reshaping the nails again. Of course, we already have that shape that we want, but after applying the acrylic, it kind of does take away from the shape a little bit. So we just want to go in and make sure that we have that perfect coffin shape that we want. So going in on the sides and the free edge at exactly a 90-degree angle, and we're just going to do that on all of them. Alrighty, so after I finish reshaping the nails, I'm going in with my fine tapered drill bit, and of course just following around the cuticle area first, going from the right side all the way over to the left side, just going back and forth, and then also just following the rest of the nails. And again, as you guys can see, the nail is really nice and smooth, so I just try to focus more on that cuticle area, making sure that I don't get any lifting, but then also just, you know, following the rest of the nail to make sure that I don't have any bumps or lumps. And then also during this step, I am using my e-file at 10,000 RPMs, but as always, just adjust it to whatever speed you feel comfortable using it at. And one more time, the drill bit that I'm using is the fine gold tapered drill bit, which is available on my website. I also have the extra coarse round top or smooth top drill bit, which is good for filing off gel polish and acrylic. That one is it's also on my website, so make sure y'all go check it out, y'all. I have a lot of good things on there. I have tons of nail stickers, tons of nail foils, just added dapping dishes. We have a lot of bling. We have a whole bunch of good stuff. So make sure y'all go check it out. Make sure you tell your other nail tech friends. Make sure you just, even if you can't just support by purchasing anything, all support is greatly appreciated. So even if you just want to share it on your social media, everything, like I said, is greatly appreciated. And if you've purchased from me before, thank you so much. If you're going to purchase from me, thank you so much. And if you even just went to check it out, of course, thank you so much as well. I really appreciate all of the support, whether you just watch my videos, whether you like my stuff, whatever it is. I just really appreciate the support. But here we go with the little I can't talk, y'all, with the slow mo's. You guys know that I love these. I don't know why, but it's just something about the slow motion little clips and the dust just kind of flying all over the place that's just so satisfying to me. But even this view, y'all, is everything. Alright, y'all, so after we finish filing the nails, we're going to go in with the buffer, and this is going to get rid of any of the scratches left on the nails from the hand file or the e-file. So make sure that you buff those nails really good, because we don't want to see any scratches through our polish. So after we finish buffing, we're going to just dust the nails off, and before we wipe them off or have our client wash their hands, we're going to go in and just reshape them just one last time. And y'all, like, this is literally the hack to getting that perfect shape that you guys want. So just turn your client's hand over and just literally just file the very free edge of the free edge of the nail. So make sure that you just hold your file really straight right above the nail, and y'all look at that shape. It's literally perfect. The color, everything just looks so good, y'all. So again, this was just a step-by-step video on how to apply acrylic. This is how thick the nails are. I know a lot of people always ask about the thickness. You want to make sure that the nails are not too thin, because then they will break off. And this is how they look from the side. So we have a nice apex. Everything is nice and smooth. It's super neat around the cuticle area. So after this, my client would wash her hands, and then we'll do the polish application. So I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at KANON32, and I will see you guys next time.